Hello again, Tea Time with Jane and Shane.
Yay, I love that. Cheers.
Good to see you. Cheers. So today I wanted to pick Shane's brain, and I thought I would just bring you along for something that a lot of people might not be aware of, and that is the difference between two different types of loan products. One is a refinance, and one is a recast. So Shane, take it away.
Take it away.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So the reason we wanted to talk about this is kind of to piggyback off of our previous topic about potentially buying a house before you go and sell your house, right? And maybe not having all that equity at that time to put down on your loan. So, you know, our way around this over the last few years has been what's called a recast. And not all lenders can do this. We kind of have to sell it to a specific servicer that allows it, right?
Okay.
But what that means is, let's say you close on the new house and you haven't sold your previous house. And now 2 months later, 3 months later, whatever the time frame is, you go and you do sell that house, right? Well, now you want that money that you've got in equity to put down on the new loan so your payment will get lowered. Okay.
Yep.
So, because you can always make a large principal payment, but without the recast, they're not going to do anything with the payment. Okay. So now you can tell that servicer, I've got, X amount of dollars. What is that going to do to my payment? So they can't change anything as far as loan terms go. So your rate isn't changing, your term isn't changing, anything like that. All they're doing is re-amortizing, what you have left with what you're now giving them. So that's where the payment lowering can be. And really the cost of this is a few $100s.
Okay.
Versus what we talked about refinance is in the past, before we did recast, they would have to do a full-on refinance, right?
Yeah.
Well, now you're spending, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in closing costs again, just to get your payment lowered. Really. Okay. So we don't want to go down that path if you don't need to. The recast is obviously a better use of your money, and that's what our whole goal is, to get the payment down.
Sure.
Right. So, so the servicer again has to allow it, but for them, if they don't allow it, what are you going to probably do? You're just going to take it and go refinance, right? So there's a lot of reasons for them to do it as well. They're still going to get your interest. They still want to keep your loan, that sort of thing.
Okay. So I know a refinance can be done as soon as 6 months after the closing date. What about a recast? How quickly can that be done?
Great question. So you have to make 3 payments to the new servicer before you can do the recast. So technically it's really 4 months because typically you don't have 30 days until you make a payment on your new one. But so 90 days with the new servicer.
Great.
Good question.
So all that to say, if you have a home to sell that's not sold yet, but you've found the home of your dreams that you want to purchase, there are options. Obviously it's a case-by-case scenario. Feel free to reach out to myself or Shane and we can discuss your specific scenario with you. Have a great day. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.